Hello, Steve Mills here from the Association of Prudent Marketing. It's great to be back to share with you some more tried, tested and proven ways to grow your business. I got a card in front of me here. You can probably just about read that, but I'm going to read it for you. It's by a gentleman called Napoleon Hill. Now, Napoleon Hill wrote a fantastic book called Think and Grow Rich. Now, first tip is go and buy that book. I'm not on commission. Go and buy it on Amazon or wherever you like. If you've not read it, it's a brilliant book. It was actually written in about, I think it's something like 1935, something like that, but they're obviously up-to-date copies of it. And they say that book is basically the basis of all business books that have been written ever since. And you know, it really is a fantastic book, and I strongly recommend that you have a look at that. In this particular card, Napoleon Hill says this: think twice before you speak, because your words and influence will plant the seed of either success or failure in the mind of another. Now that's quite a, I don't know, it just sort of affected me. I thought, wow, yeah, he's so right. So my message for you today is really to think twice about what you're saying. In other words, you know, if you take all your communication, all your dialogue, the whole thing, whether it's, you know, how you greet someone when they visit your office, what you say when you pick up the phone, how you answer the question, tell me, what do you do, Steve? You know, your version of that. When you stand up at a networking event, you say, hi, my name is, and this is what I do. You know, what's the words that you choose in those situations? Now, if you're like some people, you don't actually choose any words, you just sort of wing it, you make it up as you go along, and there's no system in place for answering the question, so what do you do? And my belief is that you need some sort of system. You need to have a really good answer to those types of questions. You need to have a really good answer or a really good system for winning business from referral. You need written systems as well as verbal ones as well, don't you? You know, the words on your website, on the homepage of your website in particular, are absolutely vital to the success of your business. The question is, are they good enough? You know, have you thought twice, as Napoleon Hill said? Have you come up with a better way of doing what you already do? And the truth is, you haven't. You know, even if you have, you need to do it again. You know, you need to try and raise your game. You know, I cannot stress enough the overall objective of the Association of Prudent Marketing is to get you to raise your game. To get you to raise your game, to get you to look at each element, particularly with the association of your sales and marketing, but also, you know, things like customer service, the way you answer the phone, how often you speak to customers, you know, what you say to customers, how you say it. You know, I've been talking so far in this video about, you know, the words that you use are really, really important, and they are. But you may have heard this many times before. The way we communicate and the way we influence other people comes down to three things. And that is what we say, how we say it, and how we look when we say it. Now, to give it some perspective in terms of how important those three things are, what we say accounts for about 7% of how effective we are at influencing others to do something, i.e. to buy something. So when you're selling, only 7% is what you say. The second most important thing is how you say it. You know, the tonality, the enthusiasm that, you know, I'm now exaggerating in this video. The quiet, you know, words that you really ought to think about this. You know, just my tonality is massive. And the number one most important thing that I can use if I want to influence you is my body, my facial expression, my use of, you know, my hands and arms and enthusiasm and my smile and my eye contact and my everything. So the question is, you know, how good are you at using those three key tools of influence? You know, are you a little bit maybe, you know, monotone in the way you speak? You know, have you really thought about the words? Are you using your body language? You know, you only got from me up here, you know, right now. But I still hope I'm coming across as enthusiastic at the right times, and you know, trying to influence you as much as I can through video. You know, again, I know I've mentioned this in the past, but you know, have you taken the use of video and used it in your marketing? You know, if you haven't, then you should. You really should be using video in your marketing. And if you're not doing that, then, you know, why not? Why are you not using video? And don't tell me, well, I really don't like to be on video. Get over it. You know, it's just a pathetic excuse, you know. So I don't wish to be horrible to you. I'm being horrible to you for your own good. I hope you appreciate that. Get over it. And if you really can't get over it yourself, get somebody else to do it. The point is, it gets done, not that you have to do it. But you know, you're probably the best person. If you run your own business, then you know you're arguably the best person. If you're in a massive business, then you know, go and find somebody else to do it if you want to. But the point is, you know, in video I can be more powerful, I can be more enthusiastic, I can be maybe more passionate, I can be more caring. You know, I can use all these different skills in order to hopefully ethically and effectively influence other people. So remember, Napoleon Hill, think twice before you speak, because your words and influence will plant the seed of either success or failure in the mind of another. Napoleon Hill. I'm going to end with those words. Thank you very much for listening.